Hi friends, I'm Prairie Vintage. My name's Linda. I'm an energy intuitive reader here on YouTube. I use spirit, my intuition, the tarot to communicate energies to you guys amazing viewers. If you are new to this channel, welcome. I'm so thrilled that you found me. And if you're returning, I'm so blessed and incredibly grateful to be doing your reading again today. And I'm super excited to get into today's reading. We're looking at this full moon in Capricorn, this blue moon. And what radical shift is going to be revealed to you with the energy of this full moon. So I am excited about this topic coming through, and I can't wait to see what pulls through with this energy for you guys. So as usual, I will pull 3 options in this pick a card reading. One being revealed to you guys, option number 2, and I see option number 3 right here. So if at any point you're pulled to any one of these cards, I will put the timestamp in the description box and in the pinned comment below. It will take you directly to your pick, and you can certainly wait till we reveal these, and we'll be pulling a charm as well for each of these options for those of you guys needing a little bit more guidance. I do ask you to use your intuition, what you will see, feel, or hear to determine whether the messaging is right for you. Only you can do this. And it is absolutely okay to be drawn to multiple piles. It could be multiple messages in each of these piles needing to come through for you. All right, so option 1, we have Fearless, number 14. Oh my goodness. Fearless. Option number 2, we have Sisters of the Sacral Spiral with number 27. Sisters of the Sacral Spiral. Oh my goodness, say that really quick. 3 times. Option number 3, and we have number 6, Be Led by the Path Before You. Be led by the path before you. Wow, beautiful energy coming through with all 3 of these. Now let me pull a charm. So for option 1 with this Fearless, your charm is this skeleton key. Awesome. And option number 2, or pile number 2, we have this gecko lizard. Hopefully you guys can see that. Option number 3, you guys have a wrench, a hand wrench. All right, so I'll move this box. Option 1, option 2, and option 3. I will leave the video running for a bit so you guys can take your time to sit with the energy. And again, if you're pulled to multiple piles, is absolutely fine, and it's okay to not have any messages as well. Don't force anything to fit. These are collective readings, so there's lots of people here, and specific messages could be for certain people, but the overall energy should certainly be something that resonates with your intuition. And it certainly could be energy around you, people around you, not necessarily your energy that I'm tapped into. Whatever's pulling through around you energetically is what I will be reading. All right, so like I said, the timestamps will be in the description box and the pinned comment below, and I will see you at your pick. Hello, hello, my beautiful, gorgeous angels. Pile number 1. You guys picked the Fearless card and the skeleton key. And we're looking at the full moon energy in this next full moon, which if you're watching at the time of the recording, or the posting, I should say, I am recording the day before the full moon in Capricorn. It is the blue moon, and we are looking at what sort of radical shift is coming in energetically with this full moon, and what's going to be revealed to you in regards to this radical shift of energy. Now, like I mentioned in the intro, sometimes I'm tapped right into your energy, and sometimes I'm tapped into energy around you if it's more prominent, and that will pull through. So This could be your energy directly, people around you, energetically, what is going on with this full moon. And like I mentioned in all of my videos, these readings are timeless. So whenever you come across this video, the message was meant to find you, as long as you're resonating, of course, with your intuition. So I do ask you your intuition, what you will see, feel, or hear, to determine whether the messaging is right for you. We'll look at the pre-shuffled oracle cards. I've not looked at them. And then we'll pull some tarot as well to get some confirmation. So pile 1 with the Fearless, number 14, or the number 5 and the skeleton key. I'm so excited to see this pile, because I feel like there's an anticipation or a buildup of something that's been ongoing for quite some time in your world, that I feel you've been hesitant or not confronting, or just procrastinating or holding back for some time. But with this Fearless, I feel like there's an energy of going for it, going after it, doing something here. And I feel like with the key being all about the solutions, the answers, having some knowledge that allows us to open the door. I feel like whatever door you're opening has been closed or stuck for a while. But I don't feel as though the door was closed or stuck because it was trying to keep you out. I feel like this door was closed or stuck because you were needing to find a way, or find some way within you. I feel some way within you to either build up the courage or find something within yourself. I don't know, like the courage, the strength, the information maybe that you were needing to know or to be clear about before feeling comfortable, confident in moving forward with something. Because I do feel like this is moving forward with something. And I do feel like this does feel like a long time coming to me. This also feels like something that was quite challenging in your world, or it might have brought about a bit of a challenge here, because I feel like the door being closed or something being stuck was difficult for you to sort of sit with, because I feel like you wanted to move forward. I feel like you wanted to find a way to get through. I feel like you've been sitting on this for a while here, but I feel like there was a lot of conflict, and there might have been a lot of inner conflict going back and forth, not knowing how, not knowing how, or waiting for something to come to you. I don't know, this feels like yeah, like it's about time you're kind of busting through here with confidence. So let's see what these oracle cards are going to show us in regards to what's being revealed. But a radical shift for sure, because I feel like previous to this energy, you've been quite reserved and held back. Okay, and this energy is polar opposite. Like I feel like it's full steam ahead, full of confidence and no hesitation at all to face something here. Okay, so we have the 9 of Crystals. This is 9 Pentacles. Oh my goodness, talk about confidence. So I'm using the Inner Child Fairy Tale Tarot, and this is the equivalent to the 9 Pentacles with the 9 of Crystals. And this is all about the confidence and having everything we sort of need in order to stand on our own, make decisions, be confident. And I see here these oak leaves, which always represent to me the length of time something's taken with the acorns. So the acorns, when planted, take quite some time to form into the oak tree. So yeah, like timing was definitely coming through, something that you've been sitting on for some time. And we see the snail confirming this again to me. Okay, and then we see the toad. And so I feel like that's a massive transformation when the toad sort of turns into the prince. And I'm certainly not calling you a toad, but I do feel as though the toad does represent your past energy. And like there was something that the toad is incapable of doing in toad form. Like it can't speak. It can't do what, let's say, the prince can do. So I feel like there was something you were feeling incapable of doing. Okay, and then with the mushroom, something interconnected. I feel like something's very interconnected here. Wow, very interesting energy, pile number 1. We have the Seeker of Crystals. So this is the Knight of Pentacles, very slow going energy again. You know, the Knight of Pentacles is an energy here that is very, very slow going, but is also very determined, very dedicated, very committed, very consistent, and sometimes very stuck as well. Okay, and so here we see the lion, and this looks like the lion from the Wizard of Oz, which was lacking courage. So again, coming through very strongly for me. Okay, and like I said, I haven't even looked at these cards, but I feel the courage is coming in as the answer. You know, or you find out something here is revealed that gives you the courage and the confidence here, and something that maybe you were waiting on or couldn't see in the past. And very fitting with this reading, because it's all about what is being revealed to you. Wow, I love it so far. Let's see. So we have forgiveness, and it looks to me like this person is bringing down the moon. Bringing down the moon. We're really sort of welcoming our emotions here. Forgiveness, okay. Wow, this is huge. We have release. Oh my goodness, you guys. Look at this autumn energy. So something could certainly be coming into harvest because of our ability to release something that needed to be released in order to make space for something new. Yeah, I see a harvest coming in, and look at these beautiful autumn colors. Okay, and we have memories. Your memories are like diamonds in the treasure chest of your spirit. More and more memories are arising within you. Remember the happier moments with your loved ones who are here in spirit world, for neither time nor distance can stop the energy of love that you have for one another. And then all these picture frames here, and a candle, which is giving me Ace of Wands, inspired action. Okay, and then we have the key here, which you guys picked as your charm. I don't know if you guys can see that. So again, the key, the answer to something here that ignites you to take action. Wands is certainly about confidence and memories. I do feel like it ties back to this forgiveness of something here that needed to be released, or a person, place, thing of the past that might have needed to be released, or might have been something you needed to reconcile emotionally here. Let's see. We have this hourglass, again, timing coming through. 19 is the sun in the tarot, which is all about clarity and joy, certainty, seeing the light. It's also about source energy, divine masculine energy, confidence, being empowered. And this is also the number 10, and 10 is about completion, the end of a cycle, which could be releasing something here. Yeah, for sure. Okay, and then also 10 is the Wheel of Fortune, which is things turning in your favor, something destined here. Divine timing certainly in play with the hourglass. Wow, okay, I'm kind of getting goosebumps here. Pile number 1. What is this? Letting go with release. Number 8. Okay, 8 is the strength card in the tarot, which is the courage to face something, to move forward. 8 is about movement, change, attainment, which I was feeling the harvest. 8 is also the star reduced, which is attaining our wish or long-term fulfillment here. And I'm seeing the lily pads, and we were talking about the toad. So it's almost like we had to go step by step as the lily, the frog would leap on each of the lily pads, kind of making its way towards some goal, slowly but surely. Okay, we have the fog, 39. Wow. So yeah, things were not really clear, or we can only see right in front of us. But I feel like the fog is lifting with the sun energy I was picking up. And with any day where there's heavy fog or mist, the sun eventually sort of comes through the beautiful fog. You know, early in the morning is very foggy, and as the sun comes through, we start to see clearly. And sometimes the fog is very, very refreshing when we're sitting in the mist in a hot day. Okay, wow. This is an interesting energy. Pile 1. Toil and labor, 38. Or the number 11. 11 is about divine inspiration. It's also the encouragement to keep going. And toil and labor definitely sounds like something that you've been at for quite some time. You know, like here she's working. But at for quite some time. I see a cat here. The cat has 9 lives. Could have been many attempts sort of to get something right. And the cogs are giving me the Wheel of Fortune. Things moving in the right direction, or everything sort of coming together here in order to work. And the blue is giving me self-expression, throat chakra, being able to express oneself authentically, either by action or by words, by doing something here. Wow, okay. And we have the house, stability, number 4. 4 is all about structure, foundations. It's also about planning. 4 is the Emperor in the tarot, which is about getting empowered. Again, empowerment, the courage, masculine energy, the King of Cups. King of Cups is very in tune with his emotions here. Okay, house could be your family home, the people around us that we would consider family. Okie dokie. And we have the 4th house with home again. Wow, you guys, this is amazing. Who are these people I'm reading for? So the 4th house is all about family, is all about self-care, our emotions, foundations, is about mother, children, femininity, women. Okay, so divine feminine energy coming through. 42 could be significant, or the number 6. 6 is all about harmony. So home and house. Okay. And here we have work. Look at that. 2 sort of work cards coming through. Okay. And I don't know what sort of work table this is here. But it's like I'm seeing right through this person. Inner work. I was feeling this inner work, inner reconciliation of something that needed to be resolved within in order to make something happen here. It could certainly still be about work here, but I feel like the work is some inner understanding. Okay, wow. So let me sit with this energy first before we pull tarot here and see what's coming through here. What is being revealed to beautiful pile number 1? This radical shift in energy coming through with this full moon. And just give me a minute. Pile 1, this is a beautiful energy because I really feel like there's a sense of feeling really liberated and really centering yourself. Because I feel like for some time you might have felt very disjointed or like, yeah, like really trying to find something within yourself, I feel here. So you could be more confident, so you could make better decisions, and it could be many areas of your life or one specific area of your life that you are needing to feel empowered. But I feel the energy here is all around, like it's impacting your whole world, not just a relationship, or not just your workplace, or not just your home life, or not just your situation or your circumstance. But I feel like this is impacting all areas of your world, because I feel like you're tapping into some part of yourself that might have needed a lot of healing, or might have just been kind of fragmented. Yes, fragmented. And sometimes energy gets fragmented when we experience traumas and we're not completely whole, or we are unable to see certain parts within us because it's very fragmented due to, like I say, traumas or experiences. And so it protects itself by disconnecting or breaking off into the shadow self. And so we might have not have been able to vocalize or explain or even understand why we felt disjointed, or why it seemed like we couldn't quite put ourselves together. And so I feel like what this full moon is revealing to you is a part of yourself that you finally see that is like the answer, the solution to finding it within you, to be able to have the confidence and the courage to make things happen in your life in many different ways. You know, I'll dig in with the tarot to see a little bit more, because I understand this sounds kind of very vague, but I think those of you guys really tapping into this might have always felt like something was a little off, or like there was always waiting for the other shoe to drop, or a hesitation, or a lack of trust in your own ability to follow through with something, like not really sure what needed to be healed, what needed to be let go, what needed to be reconciled within to find better stability, to connect better, to, I don't know, like I just felt like I feel as though there's an energy of almost like only having to deal with things that are right in front of you, out of sort of having to take action, you know, if something's in front of you needing you to engage or take action, rather than an energy here of you feeling empowered to kind of call the shots, like taking agency of your own life here, you know, like you calling the shots, not being reactive to people and situations, but you actually making decisions and seeing them through without being swayed by situations or other people here, or second guessing yourself, or being your worst sort of critic. And so I feel like there is a release here, a letting go of some belief in self, or some experience that's happened that made you perceive yourself maybe in some way that was creating some limitation in your world, or really impacting your confidence. And so when you connect with seeing that for what it is, I feel like there's a release here. There's a lifting of the fog. There's seeing yourself clearer. And I feel like this enables you to take action in many areas of your life. Make decisions with confidence here. Not hesitate. Make changes, big changes for some of you guys. But I feel like I mentioned this has been a part of your lessons for quite some time here. You know, like, because I feel like it's been quite the journey to get here, or the shadow work, or uncovering, or having to go down the path for quite some time and not be able to put your finger on what exactly was this sort of energy weighing you down, or impacting your ability to be in control, you know, feel empowered. It's really a big change here, you know, if you are someone who couldn't find your voice, let's say, or couldn't confidently sort of lean into something without second guessing or hesitating because of past experience or just some belief. I feel like there's this energy of you really trusting in your own decisions, you really being able to speak with conviction and follow through in action here. And it's a beautiful energy to be around, because people definitely want to be around people who are confident and people who are authentic. And I feel like this is you being able to fully express yourself, you know, and I feel like you've been always on the path of trying to find your truest expression. I think you've always been guided by that, you know, wanting to speak your truth, express your truth, live in your truth. And I feel like it's been a challenge to do this. And so now with this full moon, I feel like something is revealed to you from the past, or an experience you experienced in the past is understood by you. Something within you is seen differently. And so there's a reconciliation of passing pains or trauma or fragmented bits of self that you're able to sit with and make peace with and release what you need to, and integrate parts of that that needed to be integrated in order for you to move forward, to no longer have to let that weigh you down. Like, I feel like this is the answer. Like, it no longer weighs you down. It no longer comes back to haunt you. It no longer impacts your inability here to make decisions or to impede in your confidence or dictate to you what it is that you should be doing. Wow. Pile number 1. This is quite the energy. Okay, so let's pull some tarot and ask Spirit for a clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 1. And what is pile 1 needing to know about this full moon in Capricorn, blue moon? For pile 1, Spirit, please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile 1. Thank you so much, and thank you so much, pile 1, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. I'm truly blessed and so grateful to be here. All right, so we have 5 of Cups, Hermit in reverse, 7 Pentacles in reverse, the Ace of Wands right beside this Ace of Wands I was seeing. We have the 3 of Cups in reverse, the Wheel of Fortune, Ace of Swords in reverse, and the King of Pentacles. So for the signs, we have heavy Virgo presence here. Taurus, Capricorn. Yes. Okay, so just got to sip of my drink. Okay. Okay. So this is reinforcing the oracles here. Here's the 5 Cups, all right, with the memory, something of the past here that's happened, the fragmentation, the trauma, you know, the spilt milk, the emotions that are trapped in time. Here's sort of what's standing, but we can't focus on the future sort of give and take or the emotional happiness or the empowerment to bring balance into our own life when we're still sort of grieving, mourning, or dealing with pains. And so I feel like there's been involvement with something in the past, okay, which was not very pleasant here with 3 Cups in reverse. So it was blocking us, you know, blocking us from connecting, you know, potentially with others, blocking us from truly feeling liberated, celebrating, you know, celebrating others, celebrating ourselves, feeling connected. And with the mushrooms now coming through very strong, like a connectedness, you know, to other people, because if we're fragmented, we can't truly connect. And here I'm seeing the pumpkin, which is giving me fall. So I'm getting a very strong September, October energy, November. For a lot of you guys, this could be a birthday or significant milestone for you. Okay, but it's about the harvest here. It's about the harvest here, because I feel like the harvest here is in harvesting the right relationships, the right people to support you, the right energy to be celebrated and to feel liberated. And it is all about the self-work here with the Hermit in reverse, because I feel like there was a desire to uncover certain things, but in the shadow, it's hard to tap into these energies when we're either not, I don't know, not in the right energy, or maybe just not the right timing, you know, with divine timing here, with this Wheel of Fortune. And so I feel like we're now understanding something about self here. And look, the star again, which is our wishes, or our long-term desire, our wishes coming true, or attainment for self. And I feel like by us understanding this, it allows things to move in the right direction in our world here. Because I do feel as though previous to this, we've been incapable of sort of manifesting, bringing in our harvest. Bringing in our harvest here with the 7 of Pentacles in reverse. You know, this is like an energy of giving up, or not able to do what it takes here in order to attain the thing we want, because of our lack of clarity with the fog, or our inability to be authentic or express some greater truth, or to see a greater truth, or to act on a greater truth. you know. So Ace of Swords is a new beginning based on truth, based on us taking action on something that is honest and true. And so if we don't understand or see it, we can't bring the manifestation here. And so I feel like with this full moon, there's this spark of inspiration here that allows you to move forward towards this. And I feel like this is something that provides you this long-term confidence, stability, security with this King of Pentacles, because this is the most secure king, also the most financially supported king. Okay, so, and financially could be, for some of you guys, whatever material wealth would mean to you. Doesn't necessarily have to be finances, you know, but I feel like for some of you guys, it's like going after the dream job, or securing or landing this dream job, or this home situation, or this long-term commitment, or this long-term security. I feel there's security here. There's something very solid about this. And it kind of goes very quickly here from conception or idea to very firm, you know, very solid. Yes. Okay, so let's dig in a little bit more and see what Spirit wants to show. Spirit, thank you so much for this beautiful message for pile 1. What is pile 1 needing to know? What have I missed? What are their questions still in regards to this major shift for pile 1? What are they needing to know right here, right now? Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile 1. What have I missed? What are they needing to know? Can we dive in a little deeper? So we have the 7 of Cups and we have the 7 of Swords in the reverse. We have the 8 Swords, and then we have the 5 Pentacles coming out in 2s. We have the 6 of Swords in reverse, and we have the 2 of Wands in reverse. Wow, they're all coming out in 2s. Oh, this came out in 3. This is the Hangman, Pisces energy, 8 of Pentacles in reverse, the Hermit, Virgo energy. And finally, why is this 6 of Swords and the 2 of Wands in reverse here, Spirit? The Sun in reverse, Leo energy. Okay, and then the 4 Cups. Okay. Sorry, I want to make sure that I can see what's going on here. Okay. So 4 of Cups. This is feeling rejected, okay? The 3 Cups in reverse we were seeing in your last spread. It was like an inability to really connect, you know, like really connect. And I feel like either it's you're just feeling rejected, you know, and maybe it is not outright someone rejected you so much as we feel just not connected. Like we don't feel connected here with 4 of Cups. This is sometimes my you know, my breakup card, where we just aren't in the mood to do anything. We're just kind of feeling dejected, rejected, you know, despondent, kind of sitting with low confidence, you know. And it could be that we were rejected or felt rejected, and so we have to sort of sit there in that energy and sort of make sense of it. And who knows how long we've been sitting in this energy, maybe for quite some time. Okay, so I feel like the fog's coming through with the 7 of Cups. And the 7 of Cups is us not being very clear which direction, or certain, again, like there's hesitation in choosing, maybe because of lack of confidence, or we didn't really trust ourselves to make a decision or to commit to something here. So it could have seemed very confusing or just disinterested here. But I feel like the 7 Swords in reverse is talking about the thief returning the swords, and this is the inner self now coming to the surface, being honest about something here that needed to be revealed about self. You know, 7 of Swords, like, is the deceit card, and sometimes it's us being deceitful to self because we're not wanting to face the truth or be honest about something, or we just don't see it. You know, we just don't see it. But in reverse, it's like we now see the greater truth, or we now find out some information that allows us to see something here. And I feel like this is something within us that we're now able to reflect on and really sit with, you know, no matter sort of how painful or how fearful it might have been at one point. And so I feel like this limitation with the 8 swords is a belief that was hindering us and keeping us stuck, okay, keeping us in despondent energy, keeping us feeling rejected, keeping us feeling like we couldn't connect, keeping us feeling 5 pentacles. And with 5 pentacles, we have the key to get out. We don't have to sit out in the cold. We can go inside whenever we want here, but sometimes we have to reflect. Sometimes you have to realize when we're sitting in limitation. And I feel like you've been sitting out in the cold for quite some time here with the 6 of Swords, not knowing how to get out, or just not knowing that there was a way for you to choose a way out with the 2 of Wands in reverse. You know, and I feel you sat here for some time. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, you either didn't feel capable or felt you had it in you in order to do whatever it did take to make the decision. And so this full moon is you sort of seeing things, you really changing your perspective about yourself, seeing it for the first time differently. And so by aligning your perspective differently, you're able to act differently and change, radically change your circumstance, your situation. And I feel like it's tapping into all areas of your life here with this Hangman. And I do feel it's you really connecting to a part of yourself here that's been an area that's been very foggy with the clouds, confusing, maybe a lot of fear to resolve it. I feel like there was always a desire to, but I feel like you couldn't quite get to it, you know, or couldn't quite understand it. And you might have been really with the Wheel of Fortune there, like, and with the 7 of Cups, like always coming up against the same information that wasn't helping you, wasn't progressing things at all. But I feel like now we're seeing it, you know, the sun is finally rising, the sun that's been sort of there, but in the reverse, it's like a need for it to rise, a need to gain complete clarity and certainty about something here, to see the light so that you can create something here and be empowered. And so I feel like this is a fragmented ego part, because the sun is also about my ego here, and it is in the reverse. So it's like a dropping of the ego self, or a part of self here that was keeping you stuck, that you're seeing differently. Yeah, now 3 cups in the upright. So you can connect, so you can come together. Okay, 3 cups is reconciliation. It's celebration. It's our network of friends. It's parties, groups of people, having fun, being able to celebrate and be celebrated, bring in our harvest. Okay, so we're going to leave it open to Spirit and see final sort of message here, what you're needing to know. This is beautiful. I feel it's been a long time coming for you guys. Pile number 1. So Spirit, what does pile 1 need to know then? Final message. Anything they're needing to know right here, right now. Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile 1. Thank you so much for this message. What are they needing to know? Any guidance, advice, anything they need to know? So we have Ace of Pentacles in reverse. And we have the Empress in reverse, Taurus energy. We have the Ace of Swords in the upright and the Ace of Wands. Oh my goodness, look at all the aces. 3 aces here, Ace of Wands in reverse. Why is this Ace of Pentacles here, Spirit? 10 Wands. Why is this Empress in reverse? Page of Wands. Look at that. Why is this Ace of Swords here? Knight of Swords. I do feel one more. King of Cups. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, 7 swords. And under 7 swords, we have the 7 cups. And under that, we have 6 of Cups. This is this memories. Okay, 6 cups is like my 3 cups when it comes to reconciling. It's person, place, thing of the past that we connect with, we reconcile with, we're able to make amends with. This is also my soulmate energy. This is also gifts, memories, okay? 7 cups, 7 swords, similar type energy, because it's about, well, 7 swords is deception and not seeing clearly, you know, maybe being deceived or trying to pull a fast one or sabotage in some way. And with 7 cups, it's like not being able to see clearly or choose correctly because we're clouding our own judgment, or maybe our head's in the clouds and or full of sort of too many options and decisions, so we can't quite decide or be honest with a greater truth to see clearly. Okay, so all aces here except for the Ace of Cups, but we have the King of Cups. So, new beginning, new beginning, new beginning, new beginning. I feel as though you felt very incapable of being empowered to manifest or bring the harvest in your life in a new way. And so I feel like with the 4 cups, you've been very despondent here, because if we can't have anything new, if we can't manifest or create something new that we want, either work, relationship, what have you, anything that's not seeming like it's manifesting in your world, I feel like it becomes a challenge, and we start to sit in that energy. We start to doubt ourselves, and we start to really play on that energy. And so I feel like it's been a long time sitting without a harvest. It's been a long time not feeling appreciated, not feeling loved, not being able to open our heart space here to give and receive love in a way here that made us feel, you know, confident and genuine. Because I feel like there's a desire here to speak an authentic truth, to show an authentic truth, you know, and to see it clearly. And I feel like this became way too heavy for us to sort of carry around with this 10 wands. And so with this full moon again, we're seeing this Page of Wands, which is this Ace Wands. Okay, us getting inspired to move forward, and the Page of Wands doesn't really hesitate. The Page of Wands has full confidence, the confidence of a child, to go exploring and not being held back by the what ifs. But I feel like really what this driver is the speaking a truth, you know, speaking a truth here when it comes to what it is that we were not pursuing, because I feel like we weren't pursuing our passion. We weren't pursuing the thing here that had us fired up, you know, and now we're able to see clearly where we were sabotaged, or where we were sabotaging, or where things were confusing and we couldn't choose and be clear. We're now communicating openly. We now see clearly. It's like, no, I don't want to engage with whatever it was that, you know, maybe I was engaging with. The clarity, the certainty here is in the thing that's really pulling to me. That's where I want to take action and be confident to take action here. Okay, with the Knight of Swords. Like, this is the bravest knight in facing fears, because the Knight of Swords is confrontational when he needs to be. He's ready to fight. It doesn't back down. Okay, and it's all swords. So it's like speaking a great truth despite what sort of pains might occur or fears might be in the way. It's taking action and speaking great truths. And I feel like there was a sitting of indecision here, guarded and protected for quite some time. You know, we might have been very defensive or wearing our armor, or just incapable of taking action. And I feel now we're taking action. Okay, and I feel like we're able to connect with a part of our emotions here with this King of Cups. Like, mature in that part of our emotion, bring down the moon, you know, the moon, which I feel might have been a fragmented piece of us that we feared to connect with when it came to our emotions. And I feel like you sit there with this part of yourself fully reconciled, you know, you know, an incident of childhood or a past relationship or some memory of the past that had us sort of held hostage or fragmented. And I see the beautiful castles in the distance here, which to me is giving me this star energy, you know, our wish, like our palace, our stability, our security, with all that home energy we were getting, our house and home. You know, it's like our place to hang our hat. because now we could take action towards this thing. And I feel like it's maturing in that area of our life with the King of Cups. No longer being guided or driven by your insecurities or projections of the past or pains of the past that made you feel rejected or unloved or undervalued. And maybe there was a need to really love self enough to accept a harvest. And so we were rejecting it. We weren't seeing the universe giving it to us with the 4 cups. And so we could never really tap into it. And so with this full moon, it's like we can now see it. We can now welcome it. We can now reconcile it. We can now drop our defenses, our guard here, you know, and confront this energy, because I feel like you can no longer stay in the energy that you were in. And it is quite fearless, because it's a confidence here within you that I think surprises yourself, you know, and I feel as though it's over. Like you don't have to struggle with this part anymore. Okay, so have a cups in reverse. Yeah, you've mourned the thing, I feel. The thing that happened in the past or that you've experienced, the emotion, the fear, the thing that made you feel bad. You've mourned it. You've made peace with it. You can now release it. You're no longer in that state of energy. And so as your energy shifts here with this full moon, it allows for new blessings. Okay, and with all these aces, new beginnings. Okay, and I feel as though you can see this very clearly. You can see this now. You know, you can see where you were, where your role or your own limitation was sort of keeping you in that energy. And I think you wanted to see it, but I feel like it was just very challenging for you to embrace it or act on it and take that seeing and that understanding in order to open the door to a new beginning here. And I feel like this impacts every area of your life, again, confirmed by all of these suits I'm seeing with the Pentacles, the Swords, the Ace, and the King of Cups. Okay, so beautiful pile 1, this is your beautiful message. I hope this resonated for you, and I will see you at the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, hello, beautiful, gorgeous angels. Pile number 2, you guys pick card 27, Sisters of the Sacral Spiral. And this chameleon or this lizard or gecko, whatever you want to call it. I'm seeing it as kind of a chameleon, although it does kind of look like a gecko. So we'll get into this energy. And what are we looking at? We're looking at a radical shift of energy coming in with this full moon in Capricorn, this blue moon, and what is being revealed to you in regards to this radical shift. So we'll look at the pre-shuffled oracle cards that I've not looked at and see what comes through here. And I do ask you to use your intuition, what you will see, feel, or hear to determine whether this messaging is right for you. Okay, if you hear something very specific, it could be a message for someone else if it doesn't resonate 100%. But the overall energy of this pile should be something that resonates with your intuition. Okay, so don't force anything to fit. So what am I getting here? Well, Sisters of the Sacral Spiral. I feel as though this is my card of taking, you know, a step forward and then feeling like we're going backwards. You know, really sort of feeling the ups and the downs, the highs and the lows, but really striving to try to move forward, you know, move the ball forward, try to find a way through, try to find a way out, try to ascend, try to attain, try to get somewhere. And the universe kind of kicks us in the nuts is kind of what I feel here, you know, and us feeling kind of stuck or feeling like, will I ever find a way out? Like, how am I ever going to be able to find a way out here? But the messaging comes through very strong. It is sometimes we must move backwards or, you know, descend before we ascend, before we move forward. And sometimes we have to undo a lot of things before we can build, you know. And so I feel like there's an undoing, there's a descending, there's a reversal. There might be a backwards energy or just feeling like let down. And so it's very important not to lose hope here. But I feel like with this, I'm going to read it as a gecko energy, or a chameleon energy. Well, even a lizard just in general. Like lizards are cold-blooded, but I feel like there's lots of energy coming through right now. So one with the cold blood. I feel like there's a need to not lose hope and stay connected to your emotions, because I feel like whatever goal, whatever you were committed to, you know, it's easy to throw in the towel and try to convince yourself that you're not worthy or deserving or want whatever this thing is, or to achieve or accomplish or attain, you know. And so we could start to betray ourselves. So there's a need to stay hopeful, you know. And I'm not talking about false hope or wishful thinking, okay, but really connecting to your intuition, knowing that you're guided to get to where you want to go, okay, but not losing hope of that, and understanding how our actions might impact, how our emotions might impact our actions. So if we start feeling despondent, if we start feeling rejected, if we start feeling like disappointed, we might start to act in that energy, okay? So there's a need to pay attention to that. And also, I feel like you've been wandering a desert for quite some time. So you're really needing sustenance here. You know, you're really needing the universe to provide you with something here. And I feel like it's either disappointed you or not presented itself with something of sustenance. You're needing the water. You're needing whatever you need, okay? Because I feel like you've been wandering. So it's like a test of endurance here through this desert. And I feel like you've been very adaptable here with the chameleon. You've had to be, maybe wear 50 different hats or be 50 different people, or yeah. And I feel like you've been authentic. I feel like you've tried your best. I feel like you've been everything you could be, but yet we're still feeling let down by the universe. And this feeling sucks, okay? But know this, that we have the universe all around us looking and making sure that our path is exactly as it's supposed to be. That whatever we shed, that whatever we experience is much needed in order for what's supposed to manifest exactly as it does. We don't know the greater truth of the universe. And so it's kind of like, you know, we're doing circles, but we're actually always moving outwards. You know, we're always moving outwards, as the thunder I hear outside. So we're moving outwards, and we might be at the sort of micro level, not seeing the macro. Okay, but sisters of the sacral spiral, we know that we're supported by the universe and heavily protected here. And I feel like you've been doing everything in your power to work with the universe as best you can. Okay, so let's see. That's lots of messaging coming through. If you resonate with that, we're looking at then what is going to be revealed to you here with this radical shift of energy. Oh my goodness, Hansel and Gretel. Look at that, you guys. The Lover's card right off the hop. So I'm using the Fairy Tale Tarot, okay, the inner child. And so the Lovers is all about a choice. I'm feeling heavy partnership coming through here. You know, and partnership doesn't have to necessarily be an intimate lover, although it could certainly be. But in Hansel and Gretel, this is a family member, you know, a brother, someone you're really connected with here on a soul level here. I'm feeling a very, very strong soul tie here to another. Gemini energy coming through. And these two are sort of being led to, sorry, I apologize for the thunder out there. It just started thundering. So lots is coming through with this card. So I'm seeing the squirrels, and squirrels are all about in preparation. So I feel like the universe has been doing whatever it needs to prepare, okay, to prepare. And I feel like you've been doing whatever you've been doing here as sort of laying the groundwork here to prepare for the harvest, okay, for things to sort of be lined up. And Hansel and Gretel, they're supposed to follow the breadcrumbs to find their way out, and the bird eats the breadcrumbs, and you know, Hansel and Gretel end up wandering into the forest and finding the witch who tries to eat them. I feel as though, again, the journey is coming through wandering the desert, you know, not knowing how to sort of get out. And then maybe the intention started off as understanding the way we would go with the breadcrumbs and the groundwork we needed to do, and then kind of getting stuck, you know, kind of being in trouble, feeling stuck. Okay, let's see, what else do we see? And we have Four of Swords. So this is reflective energy. This is us sitting with a greater truth in regards to a 3 swords, which is us feeling potentially heartbroken or separated from the ones we love, feeling saddened, you know, with the 3 swords here, because the 3 swords is never a good feeling. But I feel like with this raft, we're slowly sort of moving, you know, we're slowly sort of moving in a direction here, even if we're not walking per se, because we're sitting here on the raft and the universe is sort of guiding us. Okay. Ace of Crystals. This is Ace of Pentacles, new beginning. This is manifestation of a new beginning. Look at this beautiful rainbow, and we're talking about still very important to maintain the hope. And like I said in my channel, I don't like to give just this, you know, hopeful sort of message and keep you sort of in a hopeful state without really connecting to your intuition of knowing something that is meant for you. And so I feel here with this rainbow, as I get my iced tea all over this, the rainbow is a clear indication of maintaining hope for a manifestation of something solid in the pentacle realm here. And look, this little gnome is giving me this squirrel energy, which is the groundwork being laid and prepared. It takes time here, you know, and for us here in the microcosm, this might seem like it takes a very, very long time, but for the universe, that's a blink of an eye, because the universe doesn't see time the way we see time here. Okay, so there's a need to maintain some sort of hope. Things are being aligned here. And we have freedom. Look at that beautiful energy of freedom. Liberation, all these birds. Okay, and we have flexibility. The beautiful tiger. It's giving me divine feminine energy. And we have self-sabotage. When you learn to get out of your own way, there will be no stopping you. Most of the time, it's not others who prevent you from achieving your true goals. It's that inner voice that derails those carefully woven plans. Wow, okay. And we have the ship. This is all about forward movement. Could be about travel. It's getting to our destination, which I feel like the spiral again. We want to get somewhere, you know, we want to attain something or get to that place. Yeah, and with the breadcrumbs, I feel we wanted to get to a place and we feel kind of stuck, or we wandered and now we're lost, or we feel like we were tricked, or we feel stuck, or we feel like things aren't moving, or we went backwards. 34, or the number 7, and 7 is the Chariot, all about forward movement. Successful forward movement. It's also about faith and wisdom, and I'm feeling like the faith here is this rainbow of hope. It's also about reflection, which is this 4 swords, and 7 is also about understanding. So I think there's a need to understand a greater truth here of our own involvement, and I feel like this is what's being revealed. This is what's being revealed here, because maybe there's a part of ourself here that might be sort of losing hope, or now sort of impacting what's going on here. And maybe this is a message of giving us confirmation, giving us hope, and letting us know that things are moving, you know, that the only thing that could stop us is our own lack of hope or our own self-sabotage and believing different now. Yes, and 7's also the Tower, which with the lightning I was hearing, or the thunder I was hearing outside, and the lightning. This could certainly be Tower energy coming through. Something sort of needing to fall apart. And like I said, descending before we ascend. Things falling apart before it gets built. Yes. Okay. Guidance. That's this being guided down a path. This is divine guidance. Divine intervention. Number 3. 3 is about relationships and growth. The initial success. And we have the glass. And in this depiction here, we have this little circle, and everything in here is very clear, you know, and it looks like the way forward. It's kind of like a tunnel vision of the way forward, and everything around it looks kind of foggy or smoky or not very clear. and the glass could sort of bring it into focus closer than it appears. 30, or the number 3 coming through again. So maybe we have tunnel vision right now, or we're only keeping our eye on one certain thing here. Or are we needing to get very clear here and keep our eye on the thing? You know, here, look, she's closing her eyes. Let's see, because it's not quite clear just yet. High honor. Oh my goodness, 25 or 7 coming through again. The Chariot and Tower energy. High honor. Okay. So it gives me like going to battlefield, you know, not giving up. Going on the battlefield here to confront or to do what we need to do here to maintain. 30, lilies. This is all about sensuality. This is about our own experience, our own tenure. King of Swords with the King Spades here. All right. King of Swords energy is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And we have recharge. Look at that. Crystal energy. So we have this person sitting on this crystal, and we have this Ace of Pentacles showing up as a crystal. So crystals are healing energy. Crystals could be about us needing to get grounded, us needing to do healing, us needing to get crystal clear. Okay. And we have the 5th house with passion. Oh my goodness. 43. And guess what 43 is? 7. 7. 7, 7, 7. So we have 3 7s. 7 is about faith, wisdom, reflection, and understanding. 5th house, romance, love, affairs, play, creativity, fertility. Okay, childlike spirit, joy, self-expression, drama. Here we have a painting palette here with all these flowers. Okay, beautiful pile number 2. Let me sit here with this energy and see what I get, and then we will pull tarot to clarify anything that's unclear. Okay, clear to me. I think we might have been navigating, wandering in disappointment for some time because something hasn't manifested. We didn't get there. We feel backwards. So we're questioning the universe. We're questioning ourselves. Am I doing it right? Is it ever going to happen for me? For some of you guys, it could be about a connection here. Okay, coming together with a person here, or finding some sort of peace. But I feel like it's us trying to make something happen here in which we feel it's out of our control. And it certainly is out of your control in a way. But what is in your control, what Spirit is showing here, is you not getting in the way. And you can get in your way by slowly sort of starting to talk yourself out, you know, of whatever this is, by saying it won't happen, or I'm this, that, or the other, and then no longer feeling like you can do what you need to do in order to row yourself in the direction of attaining whatever this is, because you're still a key player here. Things are still moving, even though you might not see it. You might not feel as though it's forward progression, because you might feel like things could be going backwards. You might feel in the thick of it. And so I feel like there is a sort of tunnel vision when it comes to how you're seeing things, but there needs to be your eye on the prize or the ball, sort of. Okay, so we don't really need to be too concerned in how it gets there, rather than putting out to the universe what it is we want to manifest, seeing it clearly, knowing it's for us, and then letting the universe sort of guide us however it guides us there, getting help from all the things we need. And so sometimes we experience suffering during that path, unexpected things like, you know, the bird ate our crumbs. So we might have expected it to go one way. We might have understood things to be in a certain way. We might experience, you know, things happening on our way there that were unexpected. but we have to trust that we're being guided here, and we have to be flexible. We can't be so tunnel vision as to the how, because I think when we start to interfere, it slows everything down here, and especially our energy. So we have to know when it is time for us to sort of allow the universe to take the wheel, because this is a time to reflect, a time for us to recharge, a time for us to create, you know. And I feel like you have a very strong passion here, a desire to connect here, and so it makes it difficult for you to sort of allow the universe to take the wheel. But I think this message here is what you're going to be revealed here, is that the universe is guiding you. Things are moving. You are getting closer to your manifestation, your desire, your wish here. Okay, and I feel like you can connect to parts of yourself here that maybe you weren't seeing as conflicting in this sort of, I don't know, this journey, this pathway of getting there. Because I feel like we can certainly conflict with the universe's energy when we sort of force our will, when we get tunnel vision, when we're very certain about how it needs to go. Then we start to slow the raft down, and the raft is trying to push us in a direction. Okay, so we might find ourselves in the witch's oven, not literally, but, you know, because we're adamant in it going our way. Or we can let the raft sort of take us and guide us through where we need to go, you know, without being defensive or without sort of fearing the worst here, and trusting that the universe is guiding us exactly where we need to be. Because I feel like you're going to attain your manifestation here, but I feel like you're just in a really sort of difficult position here, because I feel like things haven't really worked out and you're not seeing how it could come together. Okay, you're not seeing it, and so we might feel like throwing in the towel here. But remember to be flexible. Remember to be willing to receive from the universe with this divine feminine energy, because divine feminine energy isn't masculine energy. It doesn't have to go and make things happen so much as be open and receptive to what the universe is delivering, but know when, you know, we have to sort of go to battle. But I feel like we might be defensive, and we might be guarded, and we might be sabotaging self in a way here that is not very visible to us just yet. And so with this full moon, with this clarity with the crystals, we can now see, or maybe our fears were getting in the way, or we were driven by our emotions, because there was a heavily charged passion here, emotions with the moon and this 5th house. Okay, but we need to trust and hang on to the hope here. And rainbow to me sometimes also signifies gaining a different perspective as well, because we see all the colors in the rainbow, every shade, not just black and white. So everything could kind of be true here, as long as we're receptive and open, and we're not forcing, you know, we're not defensive. But I feel this is sort of a journey walked with another, and I do feel as though this is guided. And so if you're not resonating with another person that you're connecting with here, you're certainly walking with spirit towards some manifestation here. So let's see. Spirit, clear and concise message here for pile number 2. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile 2. Can we dive into this message? This radical shift of energy here that's being revealed to pile number 2 with this full moon in Capricorn. Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile 2. Thank you so much, Spirit, and thank you so much, pile 2, for allowing me to tap into your energy and the energy around you at this time. I'm so blessed. I'm going to pick up the card that fell on the ground. It fell face up, Knight of Pentacles. So a very slow moving energy, slowest knight in the deck, sometimes very stuck. You know, well, we can feel like it's going backwards because it's not moving. But as the most dedicated knight, most dedicated solid knight there. Okay, so let's see. Clear and concise message for pile 2. We have 10 Pentacles, solid, stable. Our legacy, also a very long time here. Okay, very long time with the 10 of Pentacles. It's also the family card. Christmas is coming through in that scene. So Christmas could be significant. I don't know, maybe something you've been working on since Christmas, or maybe there's a important anniversary or birthday around Christmas. I'm hearing December, January. Okay, 3 Pentacles, working with another, collaborating. The Chariot, which we were getting a lot of number 7s, forward movement, Cancer energy. This is Chariot energy for sure. The Hangman in reverse, Pisces. This is the perspective. Needs to shift with the rainbow. And here we have the Moon, Pisces, Cancer energy. And under that we have 10 Wands. Okay, so let's see. We have the Lovers. Interesting. First card you guys got after the pick was the Lovers. Now here we have the Lovers again. Gemini energy. 2 of Cups. Yes, was certainly feeling partnership here. Wow. 2 Cups and the Lovers. And here we have the 3 of Wands in reverse. Look at this beautiful sunflowers. In reverse. Okay. Pile 2. I think you're really discouraged here, you know, and I feel you're kind of getting in your own way, but only because you're right. Like, how can you see something you can't really see, you know, especially if things feel like they're going all backwards. So I feel like you felt like you couldn't move forward on that path anymore, you know, like there's no more progression you can make because you don't see it. You don't see it. And I feel like with the Lovers, all about being a choice and following our path, you know, our destined partner or destined path, the thing that calls to us passionately here, that pulls to us, that is a line that brings balance. And for a lot of you guys, like I said, I'm feeling a partnership here. You know, manifesting a partnership or having the choice or the path to walk this, feeling very blocked and stuck here. Okay, and so I feel like we get in our own way by allowing our emotions to sort of plant fears, okay, plant fears within us because we don't see it. We therefore start to convince ourselves or start to act in ways that sabotage self rather than trusting the universe. And so I feel like there's a heaviness here with the 10 Wands, okay, because of the length of time it's taken and the desire here to find some sort of security, stability here in whatever this manifestation is, and the ability to be free so that you can not be held back by any sort of set of circumstances or a limitation of the universe here that doesn't allow you to work with another to create what you want. And the universe is saying this will move. This is moving. It is moving. And look at this Chariot. This is like a cat that has one of those contraptions because its hind legs don't work. I think this situation you're in is very unique. And I really feel as though it's almost a miracle here because a cat that can't move its back legs doesn't really necessarily move, right? But it's a miracle that this contraption was invented and designed and that this cat even learned how to use it in order to move forward. So I feel like odds are against you in many, many, many ways, but the universe has your back. And so everything had to align for this cat to move forward. You know, and I feel like you don't see it. But with this full moon, I feel like what Spirit is saying is that what's being revealed to you is the shift that you start to see this happening. And then you can lean into your trust of the universe again. Because I feel like your perspective of what's going on here is tunnel vision. All you see is what is stopped, what's not working, what's moving slow, what's not coming together, how long it's taken. You know, and it causes you to fear it may not happen. It might cause you to get into your emotions, to start maybe being defensive, start losing hope. You know, but I feel like there's a need for you to be flexible, receptive, allow the universe to do its thing, expect miracles here, know things are moving, and even if we don't see it, okay, but I feel like this is going to take you really shifting your perspective here, because I think your experience has told you otherwise. Your experience is showing you moving backwards. Your experience has been things falling apart, you know, things really falling apart, and so we don't feel like we're moving forward. King of Swords, we don't see it. King of Swords in reverse. Okay, and so we might be, like I said, like starting to take action here in a way that's not supporting the movement forward of this thing, because we start getting angry, or we start doubting the universe, or we start just not making ourselves sort of open here to walk this path because we're frustrated, we've lost hope, we don't see the manifestation, we start to fear, or we start to let our emotions sort of dictate our defenses rather than just letting the raft sort of flow down the river here, because I feel like you've done everything you can. I really feel you have. But because you've done everything you can, trust that the universe is sort of preparing things, preparing the rest of this. But you have to be receptive to still be sort of on duty, if you will, to be able to identify where the universe needs you to take action, But right now I feel like you're being told to just sort of receive, to allow the universe to align things, not to have tunnel vision and how, but keep your eyes sort of focused on where you're wanting to go. Do not get in your own way. So let's see some more. Any questions pile 2 still has? Anything I haven't answered yet, or that I'm missing, Spirit, that pile 2 is needing to know in regards to this full moon in Capricorn? Clear and concise message for beautiful pile number 2. What are they needing to know right here, right now? Anything I've missed? Further information? More clarity in this message, Spirit. Thank you so much. Death. Things are shifting. Scorpio energy. Okay, so what happens with the death? The things that are getting in the way, that need to fall away, that don't serve us, have to transition out. In order to make space for new, there has to be a death. Okay, so I feel like when we experience a death, again, not literal, but a release of old energy, things that no longer serve us, people, places, things, shifting, transitions, descending before we ascend, release pain sometimes in releasing, realizing certain things, detaching from certain things, is kind of a crumbling of things, tower energy, okay, that's going backwards, but really it's going upwards or forward, moving out like a spiral would, moving out, because we have to experience the release of things in order to transform. This is massive transformation, okay? Spiritual transformation. Everything that's dead, old, tired, no longer serving us needs to go away. And the universe does this organically, also with your help. But most of it's done with the universe sort of guiding you, telling you what you're needing to sort of do and be open to, with signs, symbols, synchronicities, and working with spirit and the divine. Okay, and I know you guys watch tarot readings, so I know you guys are very spiritual people who are tapped into the divine here. Okay, so we know that we can let our ego sort of run the show, and it could slowly start to pull us down the wrong path here if we're not working with the universe, allowing it to sort of do what it needs to do. Look at that, King of Pentacles in reverse. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. So we're not landing the manifestation. We're not seeing the security built here. And I feel like this is what it is that you're wanting. Okay, this is what you're wanting. So we're experiencing the opposite of this. We're experiencing, something that doesn't seem like it has a promising future, something that isn't solid, something that isn't committed. Okay, so let's see. So we have the Four of Cups. This is the card of rejection. We could be feeling rejected, or we're starting to lose hope. And so our energy is now in this despondent energy. Tunnel vision. I only want what I want, and if I don't got what I want, then I don't want anything at all sort of energy. So we have to keep it in check, because the universe wants to give you blessings and manifestation. But we can't sort of dictate here how it comes to us. We want to be blessed. And so I think we need to keep our energy sort of in check here. High Priestess in reverse, something we don't see, not in tune with our intuition. Our intuition here is wanting us to listen to it. And I feel like the thing here is very clear to me. Like, you're not seeing the movement. And I believe you. I believe you. There's nothing here that's showing you this, in the real world. And so I feel you're losing hope. I feel like you're getting despondent. I feel like you're not engaged anymore with this manifestation, because you're just tired. You've been wandering this desert. There's nothing of sustenance, and you're moving backwards. That's been your reality. But Spirit is saying everything here is telling you it is moving. You are being liberated. Your manifestation is coming. You don't see it. Don't lose track of your intuition and what you need to do. Don't get in your own way with your emotions and your despondency, or not seeing the blessing coming from the universe because we're being stubborn. Allow the transformation to happen, even if it seems painful. We need to clear the old. The old isn't going to serve us. The old isn't going to take us to the promised land and out of this desert. We need to be flexible here. Okay, Two of Wands in reverse. So we're not seeing that we can have a choice here, whichever wand we want to choose. Okay, but we have to get here to this sort of promised land, this crossroads, so that we can choose when we're there. But sometimes we're in a period of pause with this recharge. You know, we haven't yet got to the crossroads. We're not yet at a point where we can choose because the universe might not be ready to put the choice in front of us just yet. Until because we don't see it just yet, we're feeling frustrated. We think that the choice will never come, that the option will never come. You know, with the Lovers, the choice, the person, the place, the path, the thing is never coming. And so we feel like it's removed. It's never going to come. But that's not true. At this time, it's not available, or it hasn't happened because things are shifting. Things have to shift. Things have to fall away. And we're not seeing that. The universe isn't making this privy to you, okay, for whatever reason here. But look at this crystal ball, and I feel like it's giving me this sort of glass energy, like the scrying. Like what's going to come clear to you is that you weren't seeing it for a reason. That you weren't seeing it, but that it was moving. You know, whatever this was. Like there was movement here towards this manifestation, towards getting what you want. Hermit, inner work, Virgo energy, attaining our wish. Okay, following the guiding star here. And I feel the guiding star is Spirit saying, don't lose hope of what you want. Stay connected to your intuition. Just because you don't see it doesn't mean it's not there. Doesn't mean you're still not following that North Star. Okay, and this is giving me this recharge energy. Sometimes we have to literally be removed in order for things to shift, in order for transformations to happen. So just because we're not, again, actively sort of moving, the raft is moving us. So we could be in Hermit energy and energetically we're still moving towards the manifestation. Things are still flowing here in the right direction. Okay. We have the Magician in reverse. Yeah, you feel like you can't manifest. We already know, and there's a lot of anxiety around this. So this is you creating here, you know, in your 3D world what you want. You want to manifest it. This is all about timing and you bringing in from the ethers your manifestation, and you feel like it's blocked. It hasn't happened. Lots of anxiety. We don't see it. Lots of sleepless nights. And Spirit is saying, no need to have anxiety. Right now, you're not being asked to manifest anything other than having hope, putting out to the universe what you want, waiting for this next move or this crossroads to come to you. But right now, you're just being asked to sort of let the universe guide you. You're not seeing it for a very good reason here, okay? Because things need to really transform. So that's pretty clear to me. Let's see if there's final sort of guidance then here for you, or final message here to help you navigate. Spirit, clear and concise message for beautiful pile 2. What are they needing to know then in regards to this message? Anything at all pile 2 can take away to help provide them with some guidance, some information, anything they're needing to hear right here, right now. Thank you so much, Spirit, for this beautiful message. So we have 9 of Cups in reverse. This is us thinking we're not going to attain our wish, feeling emotionally unfulfilled, which I think you are emotionally unfulfilled. Here's the 9 Swords again. Lots of anxiety, the world, something coming to an end. Successful conclusion of something in order to have a new beginning in all areas. Swords, Cups, Pentacles, and Wands. Okay, something closing out, closure. Graduation to the next phase. The Sun in reverse, Leo energy. Why is this 9 of Cups here, Spirit, in reverse? 5 Swords. That cat's been in battle, and look, it's missing an eye. So I feel like we're not seeing something. Again, reverse High Priestess, not seeing something, not privy to seeing something. Page of Swords. Okay, pages are all about communication. The Page of Swords is all about us gaining some insight, being curious. It's about learning and beginning to gain some clarity and some truth. Temperance in reverse. I do feel 2 more. So we got Sagittarius energy. And we have 3 Swords, 8 of Swords. Sorry, I do feel another. And Three of Wands in reverse, bottom of the deck, the Hierophant. And under that, we have Two of Wands in reverse again. Okay. Pile 2. So, the Hierophant is all about our lifestyle. Okay, this is greater understanding, a higher level of commitment. This could be seeking guidance. Okay, and I feel like we feel almost like there is no choice or option here for us to align with something maybe that we're valuing or wanting to commit to. It's not lining up for us, which we talked about. And so we feel left out in the cold by the universe. 9 of Cups in reverse and 9 Swords. We're very anxious. We didn't get what we want. Emotionally, we're not satisfied. This is coming to an end. Okay, this is coming to an end. And we will see it. We will see why we were in the blind. We will see why we were 5 Swords. Because I feel like for a long time you couldn't see what the universe was sort of lining up for you. Okay, because I mean, the universe has to do what it needs to do here. And sometimes it isn't visible, because there's so many moving parts. It's not trying to torture you so much as things need to align, things need to shift. And so I feel as though you're going to begin to see why things have been very challenging. Okay, you're going to begin to see that the sun will eventually rise here as to give you certainty and clarity. But I think it hasn't just yet. And I feel it's giving you a lot of anxiety. But what I'm seeing here is we need to close out things that need to transform in order for the new to happen. And we don't want just a new cycle. We need something brand new. Okay, brand spanking new with the death card and this world. We don't want to relive experiences we've already experienced. We need to close that chapter in order to see clearly into the future ahead, to bring in happiness and clarity, which the sun will rise. But right now it's not until final closure is done, which takes time. Things are imbalanced. Okay, and as long as things are in balance, the energy isn't workable for us to create the beautiful thing we're supposed to create with Source. You know, this is like Source energy, Father energy, to give birth to some beautiful thing here that can't quite happen because we're not in the energy, or neither is the thing or the person or the circumstance in order to come together, to alchemize, to create, to be just the right temperature to create something here. Okay, so I feel like we experienced 3 Swords for a reason here, and the reason here is what universe knows, that you will see clearly as to why this experience happened the way it experienced, because I feel like there's a need for you to work through an 8 Swords that is your own personal sort of limitation, the way you're engaging in things here with the 8 Swords, beliefs you carry, okay, beliefs, releasing things that don't serve you, limitations that you believe to be true that aren't true, or why you feel stuck could just be, you know, your own sort of mental prison here that needs to close out. But I feel like when we sit in 3 Swords, when we experience 3 Swords, we start to gain better understanding. And we start to make changes that are required. And unfortunately, it's kind of how it happens. You know, if everything's sort of ho-hum, there's no driver. There's no need to make massive changes. And some of the people who've experienced the worst pain, suffering, get more connected to spirit. You know, they make massive changes in their world here. They release certain things that were holding them back. They progress. They ascend. So I feel like there's a need for you to allow whatever's happening here to iron itself out. You will see clearly, you know, you will see clearly why things were stalled out, why things weren't moving. You know, and if you're blocked in one direction, you're blocked in that direction for a reason, you know, divine protection. And so I feel like because you feel blocked, you feel like you're separated, or you feel very saddened by the fact that you can't move in a direction. You can't grow in that direction. You can no longer navigate to there, you know. But our 8 Swords could be us telling us, well, that means I'm going to forever be here, you know. Or it could be that we're stuck there because of an 8 Swords. But whatever the reasoning being, know that Spirit is saying if there is no choice in front of you right now, it's because we're needing to experience something here in order to close something out. Okay? And the only way we close it out is to fully go through it, because we can't create anything if we're Temperance in reverse. And it could be the situation around you. The people around you could be in Temperance in reverse. Not ready. Okay? So you don't want to create something with someone or a situation that isn't workable or ready. Okay, so I feel you will see this, and I feel like things are closing out and shifting. So do not lose hope, and don't, you know, allow yourself to know that right now you might feel emotionally unsatisfied, but know that this too shall pass, not to get too hung up in anxiety and stuck here thinking that this is your destiny, that you'll be stuck in a 5 swords and a reverse 9 of cups. Okay, like there's a greater truth here. There's lessons to be learned. Lessons to be learned that I feel you haven't fully experienced yet, or at least understood for a reason. And this is lining up for you. So if you feel you're going backwards, there's a good reason for this, okay? So let me know in the comments if this resonated for you. And I do feel like with this full moon, you're going to be, you know, given some insight here and at least seeing that, yes, this has happened this way because of this. And so there might be more things, you know, more things that we can sort of put on the side of trusting the universe, even if it might seem like something that is unpleasant, difficult to carry, you know, temporarily. The greater truth is that something is going to be revealed. Something beautiful will be revealed here. Something beautiful to be created. But it's all going to take some time here, okay? Pile number 2, this is what I have, and I will see you at the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, hello. Beautiful pile number 3. You guys picked card number 6. Be led by the path before you, and the wrench. So before we get into this energy, what are we looking at? Well, we're looking at the full moon in Capricorn, which is a blue moon, and I am recording the day before this full moon. So we're seeing what sort of a radical shift is going to be happening in your world, and what will be revealed to you with this energy in regards to this radical shift. So I do ask you to use your intuition, what you will see, feel, or hear to determine whether this messaging is right for you. Only you can do this. I have pre-shuffled oracle cards that I've not looked at, which we'll get into, but let's tap into this energy first and see what's coming through. So be led by the path before you, number 6. I feel like you're definitely being guided to go in a certain direction. And what I'm feeling here is this direction isn't always very easy. And sometimes it's difficult to trust it. And sometimes we might not see it if we're too clouded. But I feel like you're being given a whole bunch of reason to go down this path. Okay, and some of it doesn't make any sense. And so we don't really know. And sometimes the logical brain can interfere with our intuition. Okay, fears can get in the way. Things that are illogical might get in the way, like, you know, we need a full understanding before we can maybe take action, or we need to see certain things, so we don't fully understand. And I feel like you are being guided, but you're being forced down some sort of path here, okay? Now, obviously we have divine will, so we don't have to sort of do anything at all other than the fact that we have a purpose here on this world that we've agreed to, committed to, you know, from coming to this world. And energetically, our energy is needing to grow. And I feel like this path is a life purpose, a calling. And I feel like you're really being pulled in this direction, okay? And I don't think you can stop it. And so I feel as though there's things that sort of need to come together. Things that need to come together here in order for you to confidently sort of trust that you're on the right path, or know where it is you're being guided to. Because sometimes just blindly sort of going in a direction, we start to second guess, and we could sort of really feel, I don't know, we can feel almost like betrayed a little bit by the universe without being brought into the fold, you know. So I feel like there's certain things happening to you that are needing to happen to you in order for you to get to the promised land, if you will, which happens throughout this journey. And so some of it might not be very pleasant, but every single thing that happens in this path is a much needed thing that brings us closer to our purpose. Okay, bring us closer to our purpose, to the point where then we're ready. And so I feel like you're being groomed and prepared to get to a certain place here. And so because we're talking about this full moon and what will be revealed to you in regards to this massive shift, this radical shift, I feel like maybe we're getting some insight as to why we're sort of going through what we're going through here, because there is a glimpse into the purpose, the reasoning. Okay, so this is actually quite interesting. Let's take a look and see what more Spirit wants to share with you. So we have the guardian angel with card number 14. This is temperance energy, Sagittarius. Wow, talk about divinely guided energy here. You're really being sort of guided down a path here, okay? Through your angels, your spirit team, your higher self. We don't see it with the rolled scroll. Okay, we don't see the plan, the map. But I feel like temperance is all about being in the energy we need to be in order to be workable. You know, in order to be workable, to create something, we have to have the right ingredients, the right chemistry. You know, the right things need to align. We need to be in the right energy. We need to be healed just enough in order for us to then see where it is that we're going. Because I feel like if we're not ready, if we're not sort of worked on in a way here that could produce, then we're imbalanced. And so I think you've had to show a lot of patience here, and you might be being asked to remain patient, but I feel like you're doing a lot of learning here. A lot of learning. Okay, and we have the Child of Wands. This is the Page of Wands. Yeah, so pages are all about early stages of learning, and the Page of Wands is all about inspired action and having like a childlike energy and exploring here. Pages are all about communication, and Wands are all about inspired action and passion. And we see the World. World is all about concluding cycles, and Butterfly is all about transformation. Okay, and look at this caterpillar. Okay, so we're seeing the caterpillar and the butterfly. So I feel like we're still caterpillar, okay, and we're walking towards, or we're potentially in our chrysalis, but I don't feel we're a butterfly just yet. As it starts to rain, I apologize if you guys hear rain outside. I think you guys are amidst a massive transformation here, of something happening here. Wow, okay. So we have protection, yes, heavily protected. That was coming through very strong. And look at this green tree, how beautiful and luscious it is. So trees all about security, strength. This could be the health of something, stable. This could be your family tree. Okay. We have enlightenment. Oh my goodness. Look at this. So enlightenment. So when we walk down a path, every experience that we have gives us clarity and allows us to be in the present moment and connect us to our purpose. I feel like a lot of you guys are going through some sort of spiritual awakening, some sort of spiritual experience here. Synchronicity, yes. You are noticing the signs of synchronicity that the spirit world has been sending to you at this time. People and situations in your life are not just appearing by coincidence. In reality, they're being guided to you from spirit world to help you for a specific reason. Okie dokie, yes. And again, don't look at these cards, but they're so in sync, so beautiful here. Everything is happening for a reason. Look at all these gears. Every subtle little thing, no matter how small, is happening for a reason, to line up. You're being pulled, okay? And I think you're seeing synchronicities through numbers, signs, people, symbols, dreams, whatever your synchronicity is. And I think it might be a little bit perplexing when we're not quite sure where it's leading us to, and we're not sure what we're transforming to, but there's a strong message here about you needing to be patient, you understanding it's for a very specific reason, that this is happening the way that it is, that eventually things will conclude in order for there to be a new beginning. But you are walking a path of enlightenment here, of spirituality. Look at this big question mark. 44. Wow, 44, master number. Integrity as a foundation, treating the earth as home and a temple, manifestation and leadership. I feel you are being sort of groomed, like I say here, to be a leader in a field here. And it could be in a spiritual field, okay, kind of like an enlightened master here. I feel like you don't see exactly where you're being guided to, because spirit knows exactly where you're being led to, but you need to be in sync. You need to trust your intuition and trust what spirit is showing you. Yeah, big old question mark. So I think the question marks could get frustrating when we have nothing but questions, you know, for some time. Ordinariness. Number 8. So this card is interesting. I'm being called to read from the book here for ordinariness and see how this applies. Let's see. Number 8, ordinariness. Okay, well, this is minor arcana. I don't know where we would see ordinariness. Here, guilt. Here it is. Okay, so it says, this figure walking in nature shows us that beauty can be found in the simple, ordinary things of life. We so easily take this beautiful world we live in for granted. Oh my goodness. Cleaning the house, tending the garden, cooking a meal, the most mundane tasks take on a sacred quality when they are performed with your total involvement, with love, and for their own sake, without thought of recognition or reward. You're facing a time now when this easy, natural, and utterly ordinary approach to the situations you encounter will bring far better results than any attempt on your part to be brilliant, clever, or otherwise extraordinary. Forget all about making headlines by inventing the latest widget or dazzling your friends and colleagues with your unique star quality. The special gift you have to offer now is presented best by just taking things easy and simply one step at a time. Sometimes it happens that you become one in some rare moment. Watch the ocean, the tremendous wildness of it, and suddenly you forget your split, your schizophrenia. You relax. Or moving in the Himalayas, seeing the virgin snow on the Himalayan peaks, suddenly a coolness surrounds you. And you need not be false, because there is no other human being to be false to. You fall together. Or listening to beautiful music, you fall together. Whenever, in whatsoever situation, you become one, a peace, a happiness, a bliss surrounds you, arises in you. You feel fulfilled. There's no need to wait for these moments. These moments can become your natural life. These extraordinary moments can become ordinary moments. That is the whole effort of Zen. You can live an extraordinary life and a very ordinary life. Cutting wood, chopping wood, carrying water from the well. You can be tremendously at ease with yourself. Cleaning the floor, cooking the food, washing the clothes. You can be perfectly at ease, because the whole question is of you doing your action totally enjoying and delighting in it. Holy camole. So for those of you guys who have gone through a spiritual awakening, can connect with this message. Now, I do feel as though you're being led to a greater purpose here, but I feel like what's happening is you're awakening, and the awakening happens in the very mundane, everyday things that we see completely differently now. We connect with it completely different. We go from a sort of duality mindset to oneness, to seeing everything connected by the universe here. And we feel very enlightened, but we need to be present in the very moment, you know, in the very moment that's in front of us, not craving or wanting to get to a certain place, or to, I don't know, like see that our happiness is in a future sort of moment, that the happiness is right in front of us. And so the journey is the path. You know, the journey is the path, although we're being guided somewhere very special. I feel we don't see it yet, because I think we need to enjoy the process of what is happening. But I feel like right now, I don't know necessarily that we're enjoying it, because it's, well, there's different words we can use for it. If we don't know what's going on with us, we can have fear. We can be untrusting. We can be depressed. We can be in a void. We can be questioning the universe and saying, what's going on with me? Like, why am I seeing all these things? Like, I still feel empty, or I feel, I don't know what's going on with me. And so this message is saying you are heavily guided and protected as you go through this experience that's massively going to transform your life. Okay, and I feel you're becoming an enlightened being, that you can do ordinary things day in, day out in extraordinary ways that bring you peace and happiness that I think you haven't connected with before. So the everyday sort of tweaks, the everyday sort of things are putting you together with your authentic self. You know, you're coming together as your authentic self. Wow. Okay, let's keep going. So we have ripeness. Yes, you're coming together as your authentic self. Number 9, And we have the moon. This is divine feminine energy. This is our emotions, our subconscious, our fears. Pisces and Cancer energy. And we have 32 with despair, or the number 5. And the loyal dog at our feet. This says not hiring. I feel like we feel abandoned, potentially by the universe, or we're not quite sure. You know, we're not quite sure why we're feeling despair or what's going on in our world right now. So things are aligning here. 13, child, coming through again. Okay, child is novice energy, beginning to understand and learn. 13 is transformation, which we were getting with the caterpillar and the butterfly. Scorpio energy. Massive transformation here. Spiritual transformation I'm getting. And the inner child here we're connecting with is our authentic self. Jack of Spades. And that's the page or the Knight of Swords. And I'm feeling more page swords here. So we have the Page of Wands and the Page of Swords. Okay. And we have Cancer with Immerse. The crab and the number 4. I'm feeling Cancer energy from the moon. And we have 31, Juno partnership. Look at the 2 beautiful birds. 31 is also the number 4. Okay, 4 is about structure, foundation, stability. 4 is the Emperor in the tarot, which is feeling empowered. And 4 is also death, which we were getting with the number 13, which is transformation, shedding of the old, spiritual transformation. Wow. And soul, you guys. Oh my goodness, look at this little person inside this big person, this inner child, this authentic self sitting in here. Okay. Wow. Pile number 3. Let me sit with this energy and communicate what's being revealed to you in regards to this massive shift. Okay. This is a very profound point in your life, I feel here, where you're going through a spiritual awakening. And who knows how long this takes, because every journey is completely different. It's going to take as long as it takes here for you. Okay, but I feel like we're being given a glimpse with this full moon more into why this is happening, so we can begin to see, begin to understand the greater purpose here of what's happening. Because I feel like we might have been in the dark, and I feel like we feel abandoned here, because we might feel like we're not being led anywhere, or that this is happening for no reason at all. You know, this being in the dark, you know, why are we seeing all these synchronicities? You know, like, what exactly is going on here within me? And I feel like we could start to fear this transformation. But I feel like what Spirit is really showing here is you diving into a part of self that's shut down for some time within you. And this self is your inner child, okay, your true authentic self that's always been there. And either it's been shoved down into the dark corner because we've been towing the line in the matrix. We've been told to be a certain person or do certain things. And so this self comes through with Spirit, who's guiding this path, who's totally protecting you. As this version of self comes through, we have to shed what doesn't serve us. And it's a transformation that is highly profound. And it happens even when we're just sort of washing dishes, you know, or sitting there doing nothing. We start to engage with that authentic self, and now our world starts to look completely different. So where we were able to engage with certain people, we no longer can do this. If we were able to, you know, work our 9 to 5 and kind of maybe be, you know, discouraged or not enjoy it, but we're able to sort of manage, we're now incapable of sort of lying and living a life of trying to please others or trying to be something that doesn't resonate with our soul. And so we might be on the path now to find our purpose. What is our career purpose, you know? And I use career loosely. Like, what is it that we're supposed to be doing in our life? We no longer sell our soul to the matrix. We no longer live in some social construct that is meant for us, because once we connect to our authentic self, the people who are meant to be around us come through. The right relationships come through. The right support comes through. Our soul tribe comes through. We tap into true emotions, things we can no longer shove down or suppress. We start to explore ourselves differently. We start to see things completely different. And I feel like we're seeing this side of us for the first time. And I feel like there might be an imbalance because we're still transitioning from this caterpillar of our old life that we were used to and engaged with to this beautiful butterfly of the new self. And this takes some time, and this is the path, okay? But every single thing that happens throughout this path, no matter how painful, confusing, or we don't know the purpose, is all part of this divine journey. And sometimes we could just be sitting there and have these bursts of blissful, peaceful energy. And sometimes we could be sitting there and feel completely despair. And both of these are very valid feelings, because I feel like what's happening here is your old self is falling away. It's no longer something here that you can sustain with the old self. And as you allow the old self to be released, the new self emerges, and we get closer to enlightenment. We're never fully enlightened. We just walk the path of enlightenment every day and being very present with everyday things, walking the path, enjoying the journey to get to the greater purpose, as we are heavily protected, like I said, by, you know, our guardian angels, the divine. So I feel like every day is a learning day. It's like we're a child reborn, relearning our authentic self, connecting, you know, having a lot of questions about everything around us because we're seeing it in a complete different way that we never did. It's like being a child being reintroduced here to the world. So I feel like there's falling away of things here that are no longer going to support you in your world. And this is beautiful energy, but like I said, sometimes there's a lot of fear in the unknown here, okay? So I feel like what you're going to be seeing is the truth of who you are. And you're going to be seeing that the despair, the challenge is as equally valid as the bliss, the joy. And that through ordinary things here, you'll get glimpses of your authentic self. And once you get glimpses of your authentic self, you can no longer sort of deny or suppress this. And so you'll be making changes here, slowly but surely, aligned with what you're supposed to. Okay, because this wrench to me is about, you know, we tighten when we need to, we loosen up where we need to, and we sort of tweak as we go. I feel like there's a tweaking of your energy to prepare you, you know, to prepare you here, and it all takes time. So let's see. Spirit, yeah, look at that, working with the divine, Wheel of Fortune. Things will move in the right direction here. And this is all about destiny, fate, divine timing. Okay, things spinning in the right direction. And if you've been feeling despair, or if you've been feeling sort of really stuck, know that the wheel does turn. You know, this too shall pass. So let's ask Spirit for a clear and concise message for beautiful Pal 3. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of Pal 3, Spirit. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, Pal 3, for allowing me to tap into your energy and the energy around you at this time. I'm so blessed to be doing your reading. We have the Hangman, more major arcana, Pisces energy. This is working with the divine, changing our perspective, seeing things completely different. You know, again, the mundane, maybe seeing it completely different now, having a new perspective, complete new perspective. This is also a complete turn, you know, a 180. We could be doing a 180 in our life now, you know, but feeling more aligned with the divine. The Fool in reverse, Aquarius energy, and Justice, Libra. Look at all the major arcana. 4 out of 4 major arcana. Why is this Wheel of Fortune here, Spirit? We have 8 swords and 10 cups. I'm going to keep these together. Why is this Hangman here, Spirit? Queen of Cups. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Why is this Fool in reverse? we have the Two of Cups, we have the Queen of Pentacles, we have High Priestess, Knight of Cups in reverse, Nine of Wands in reverse, and the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. And the bottom of the deck, we have 10 Pentacles. And under that, Page of Wands. Okay, let me sit here with this energy revealing itself and see what we see. Okay. So this is a major shift for you because I feel like you've probably built your life around something already with this 10 Pentacles, okay? Family life, some stability, long-term family, work, whatever this long-term thing is that you've been working towards. Spirit is now, of course, correcting you in a direction here to explore sort of a different foundation here for yourself. And I feel like in order for you to align yourself to this long-term future, which might take some time, it requires you to restore some sort of balance in your now life. Okay, and so I feel like, one, there might be some beliefs here that needs to fall away that we still carry that are limiting us from being emotionally happy in connection with another or coming together to create a family here with the 10 Cups, emotional fulfillment here with another, okay? And so we might be blocked from having a 10 Cups in our own world because of our inability to open our heart space in a way here that reaches a full potential. So through this experience, we know how to love deeply. We connect to a part of our heart that might be blocked in our heart chakra. Also, we tap into our intuition. Okay, so I feel like by seeing things differently and experiencing things differently, we now see ourselves and where we're blocked, where we are stuck, and we might have been stuck for some time because we haven't reached enlightenment, or we've been stuck in matrix, or we've been living some life that doesn't allow us to break free. And so as we restore balance, as we bring justice to self, we can now connect with the right people. And we can now be in an energy here to give and take. We can now bring in a manifestation here for self where we can become everything that helps support us to create our long-term here. Okay, but I feel like you're working through tapping into your intuition. For some of you guys might be psychic here, okay? So you might have psychic abilities here, but I feel like there's a need for you to release anything here that is no longer supporting your vision by tapping into this High Priestess energy and your intuition. You know, not fighting for the wrong reason or having to sort of upkeep some sort of thing in your world, knowing when to sort of release and knowing when to move forward. But I feel like there's a certain block right now that you can't keep going down the same path you've always been down. And this could be perplexing to you. You know, you could say, well, why are there so many roadblocks when this used to be easy for me? You know, this job used to be easy. This relationship used to be easy. I used to do this or that. And so we're comparing it with an us we used to resonate with. And so now as we shift, our whole self shifts here. Like we no longer feel the same way we do about certain people or certain things. We no longer can express ourselves in a way here towards certain things that no longer do it for us. We're no longer sort of feeling sustained by our world with the 9 Pentacles in reverse. We're having to find ourselves again, our identity, what calls to us emotionally, and build our stability again in a different way. Okay, and so even though we might have reached the 10 Pentacles, you know, in our old self when we were a caterpillar or some sort of structure, we can no longer sort of intuitively support this. And so we need to release, which takes time, you know, so that we can find what we emotionally feel pulled towards. So we can find our 9 Pentacles again, feel confident, feel secure in our own sort of right, but more aligned with emotionally what fulfills us, our intuition, not socially or structurally here what, you know, society or what we told ourselves in the past, because we've shifted. We see things completely different now. You know, the universe is sort of guiding us in a different direction. And so we need to course correct, and we can't sort of keep the same people around, the same jobs, the same mindset, keep doing the same thing. I mean, we could, but we become very sort of depressed, or we just can no longer support it. So let's see, Spirit, what am I missing here for pile 3? Why are they seeing this message? What is being revealed to them with this full moon? What are they needing to know right here, right now, Spirit? Thank you so much for this beautiful message for pile number 3. We have Page of Pentacles, manifestation. There's that youthful energy again, a child. Okay, with the Page of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, emotional new beginning. Those are both about new beginnings. Hangman yet again, which is changing your perspective. Pisces energy. Six of Cups in reverse. So when the Six of Cups is in reverse, it's like our past keeps us sort of stuck. Okay, there's a person, place, a thing of the past, or childhood, some memory that's needing to flush itself out here because we could be hung up on things of the past here that we haven't freed ourselves from just yet. Two Cups, partnership, balance, give and take, love, justice, Libra energy, finding balance again. Okay, finding justice. Sometimes it could represent marriage with the 10 of Pentacles, the 10 Cups, and the Justice. Could be talking about a marriage here. Okay, and the 2 Cups. And here we have 7 Pentacles in reverse and the 10 Cups. Yeah. So, we're now conflicted. What actually emotionally makes me happy here, you know? So I feel like the conflict, it could be inner conflict, could be our external environment, just we're not seeing eye to eye anymore. It no longer does it for us. You know, what we used to see as emotional fulfillment here for us. So I feel like you are on the path of manifesting a new beginning for self. But it all starts with self-love, identifying what fills your cup, what makes you happy, what you connect with. And so I feel like you're seeing things completely different. And the same people might not do it. The same job might not do it. The people of the past might not do it. Our old soulmates might not do it. But I feel like we need to release certain things that keep us in our old self. You know, our inner child here needs to be expressed. We need to see things completely different about how we engaged in the past here. And I feel like there might be new people coming in, new relationships coming in, a new sort of balance in your world here. And so wherever you are feeding energy, wherever you are giving to, contributing to, your time, your effort, and your energy is no longer an area you're going to want to invest in, because whatever it produces here is not fulfilling, you know, is not fulfilling. So there's conflict around this, and I think you're going to see this more clearly, which will align you towards restoring some sort of balance in your world, understanding why this is happening, you know, so you can get more clear, so you can make the right decisions, so you can see the synchronicities and your guiding path a little clearer, so you don't feel forced or obligated to maintain the same jobs, people, situations. I think it's outstayed its welcome here with the ripeness. It's time for you to shift, okay, and you'll know which it's about. Sometimes it's in all areas of life. Sometimes it's about one specific connection, one specific thing, job, you know, but I feel like it starts with us really connecting to our everyday. Like, what are we giving to every day? Who's around us every day? You know, the people around us. So let's see. Final message. Anything I've missed, any questions pile 3 needs to know. Leave it open to Spirit. And what does pile 3 need to know? Final message, guidance, anything pile 3 needs to know. Right here, right now, Spirit. Wow. I'm mixing recharge. This came out in pile number 2. So we'll leave that here. So this is a crystal. Crystals about getting grounded, having to recharge, getting crystal clear, things becoming clear. And look at the moon showing through, very clear. Like I said, the moon could be our subconscious, you know, sitting with repressed emotions. It's becoming very clear to us. A pause period where we are recharging, you know, needing to recharge and seeing why we need to recharge, making sense of it. 7 of Cups in reverse. Knight of Wands in reverse, the Devil in reverse, Capricorn energy. Why is this 7 of Cups in reverse, Spirit? Why is this 7 of Cups in reverse? 9 of Swords in reverse, 10 Cups again for a third time. Finally, why is this Knight of Wands in reverse and the Devil in reverse? And we have 6 of Pentacles in reverse and the Ace of Cups. 7 Wands. And under that, the Moon. And under that, the 9 Cups now in the upright. And the Moon is in reverse. Okay. So, pile 3. I feel like this point in time here is much needed in order to align you with what makes you happy. Because I think it's shifted. It's changed. And the only way we can align ourselves with emotionally being happy is to really sit, reflect, get honest, and eventually the outside world starts to reflect this. But if our outside world is aligned with an old self, what used to maybe make us happy, or what we believed to make us happy, whatever it may be, person, place, things of the past that fulfilled its purpose, I feel like we're no longer wanting to engage in things that don't bring us full emotional fulfillment. And so I feel like this is coming from the subconscious. This is being revealed to us with this full moon. Okay, it's coming from the subconscious here. And so it might stir up a lot of fear in us. But Spirit is saying you are on the higher ground here to fight for what you want. Okay, but there is no need for us to be defensive or resist the falling away or the stuff that comes up through the subconscious here, because we need to confront all of these things to make sense of it, so we fully understand it, so we can know what emotionally fulfills us. And the only way to know what emotionally fulfills us is by knowing what doesn't. Okay, when we know what doesn't fulfill us, we know what does. And so I feel like you might feel like everything's kind of against you, or nothing's going right, and you're kind of on your own, fending for self. But I feel like wherever you're confused, wherever things aren't lining up, is you're coming out of this. Okay, coming out of confusion, coming out of confusion, coming out of the moonlight. So you have a period of pause, you're reflecting, could be with this full moon, you're sitting with your intuition, your emotions here. Okay, so I feel like right now, Spirit's saying you don't need to move towards what you want so much as to reflect, because you're being freed of the things that are weighing you down, the things that have you bonded to it, that are no longer going to allow you to grow, no longer going to allow you to have, you know, your growth here. So instead of being chained to your past, whatever it may be, job, person, place, thing, okay, you're being freed of this. And how you're being freed of this is by sitting here, reflecting, knowing what you're not wanting, seeing it in your mundane sort of world here, your day in, day out. And eventually it becomes very crystal clear to you what you want and what you don't want. You come out of that, and then we can start to sort of move towards what we want. But we are needing to get very clear here, because I feel like you're on the path, again, to your purpose, your ultimate relationship, your family, your whatever, long-term commitment, emotional fulfillment. You're going from a 9 cups to a 10 cups, okay, to aligning your outside world, your soul tribe, your person, your thing, to align with you. But you need to know what's 9 cups for you. And so I feel like you will sort of release this anxiety you have right now, because I feel like you can't see, you're in some sort of moonlight, it's kind of confusing, you might feel stuck to certain things, there's no real balance here that you're feeling, and you can't really give to something you're wanting to give to because things are all up in the air. So I feel like even though we might not be able to contribute or give towards, you know, time, energy, or effort towards something that emotionally fulfills us, we don't need to be defensive. We can observe, okay, because I feel you need to be an observant sort of energy, allow the old to fall away so there can be a new beginning. And in this process of the path, because the journey, again, is the path, okay, the lesson is the path, not necessarily the destination. And in this path, we learn about self-love. We learn about filling our own cup. We learn about what makes us happy. And then we can be emotionally filled in order to start over here. Something that fills our heart, something we can give to, something that might be imbalanced right now. Because we don't want to keep giving, contributing of ourself to something that, you know, even if it's sustained right now, is something that we don't want to sustain, or that we no longer have to sustain, or that has us feeling very stuck. So I feel like things are getting into balance where they're currently out of balance. Okay, so anxiety is natural, but I feel like if we're so in our head about it, we can start to sort of trip out. Okay, so no need to trip out. Get grounded, get some crystals. Okay, grounding crystals will help. Know that you're tapping into a certain part of authentic self. That takes time. It takes time to sort of get centered and grounded here. And so your outside world could be kind of upside down right now, and that's okay. Okay, you just need to observe. You don't have to do anything right now unless you feel obviously obligated or a desire or pull to do something. But I should say, don't feel obligated here. Don't feel like you have to protect your existing territory if it's something that doesn't emotionally fulfill you. Okay, and it could have in the past. So we might have to ask ourselves, are we defending out of a habitual thing, feeling threatened? You know, the fear is making us defend our position, our territory. Or can we allow this person, place, or thing that has a stock to it to go? And if it comes back, then we feel emotionally okay with it. But we have to really be honest. Are we emotionally fulfilled? Is this causing more confusion in my world? You know, is this certainly something that I want? Something that makes me feel happy, or do I feel stuck and committed and stuck to it out of habit? You know, or there's more anxiety around releasing it than actually investing in something that's going to be balanced, that's going to make me happy. And to ask yourself these questions, because I feel like the path is leading you to this beautiful 10 cups. Okay, and only you can sort of get in the way here by resisting or not trusting in the universe here. But what's happening is things that no longer serve you are falling away in order for you to be fired up, in order for you to take action, to go